How's it going, Speedsters? Bold Speed Gamer here, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi match. So this is one of the first multi-battle I'm going to upload, and I actually think I might be uploading a series of multi-battles because I've been having a lot of them lately, and they've been a lot of fun. So this may become its own little series, like doing multi-battles with friends and stuff. I don't know, we'll see. So this is an extremely long battle. As you can see, me and my friend have a standard team, and they have Ubers. All that good shenanigans. They brought Ubers. Yeah. So I didn't bring a Mega because my friend did, and I didn't know beforehand that Mega, you can have 2 Megas. Each trainer can have a Mega in a multi-battle, so up to 4 Megas in a battle. So that was new information to me. Who knew? Anyway, I wanted to get straight into the topic today that I'm going to be talking about, and it's Verlisify. And he's been a person that's pretty popular right now. He's got 30,000 subscribers, and he's become pretty popular among the YouTube community lately for both good and bad popularity in his videos and his Pokemon views. And I wanted to share my thoughts on it because I feel like this thing has been kind of blown out of proportion and it's been driving me a bit crazy. I'm not really going to talk about the battle that much, to be honest, because I really want to get this out of the way. So I want to first address the faults in both sides, and then I want to address the problems and flaws with Verilis' arguments. First of all, there's been faults on both sides of the table. I am a Smogon player. I do play with Smogon rules, but I am not married to Smogon. I can play without Smogon rules if I have to. I even do sometimes just for fun. But as a rule, when I play competitively, I play with Smogon rules. So, with that out of the way, so you know I'm not just a Smogon person for Smogon here to support Smogon. I feel like there's been a flaw in the Smogon community and a flaw on Verlisify's side in his community. What he's done, I'm going to start with Verlisify. What he's done is he's come out and came after certain individuals because of the way they set up the Pokemon meta. Now, there's a reason that a lot of people listen to what Smogon says, because they do their best to make the rules fair and balanced. And they try. And he came out and he basically said that he did not like Smogon rules, and in a way he did attack them. Because he basically said they made bad rules and they did not make good decisions in bans and stuff. And even though he doesn't play by the rules, and he never has, from my understanding, he may have, don't quote me on that, but still, what he's done is not right, because he called them out on something that he doesn't have to abide by, and nobody says you have to follow those rules. I mean, there's VGC players, which Cybertron Productions made a video about why Verlisify is not VGC. So this isn't VGC versus Smogon. This is Verlisify versus Smogon. And in all fairness, Smogon also has come back with a backlash and was not fair. I mean, they just, like, I'm trying to figure out how to put this, they came back in a way that was inhumane. And what I mean by that is, they attacked him, they gave him death threats. I even know somebody who has said two things. One, that he's retarded, which he's not. He is a physical human being, that he has an IQ of a peanut. He is a human being, and the second thing they said is that his right to air should be revoked. Now, this is what's wrong, because yes, he may have spoken out of turn, I guess is the best way to describe it. Not that he's not entitled to his opinion, but that he wants to control Smogon for what they're doing. That's what I mean by speaking out of turn. He has every right to his opinion. So let's get that out of the way as well. For people who say he doesn't have the right he should have his right to air revoked. He is a human being just like everybody else. So he should not be inhumanely attacked like this, which he has been. And secondly, he has a right to his opinion, like I've said. Kind of talking in circles now. So with the fact that he's went after them when he really didn't have the right to, because he doesn't play Smogon rules and he doesn't have a say in the community, really. He does have a right to his opinion, which we should respect. So with that out of the way, I want to talk about the flaws in his actual argument. He's come out and said certain bans and plays in the meta are unfair or unhealthy. And what I want to address specifically is what he says about what they've done regarding previously what they've done with Mega Lucario, and now what they're currently doing with Swag Play. So a while ago he made a rant on Mega Lucario and said that it wasn't fair that they ban it, and I disagree. But he obviously does have a right to his opinion, and he disagreed with them. But I think that was a just ban, and let's talk about why it was banned. So, I sped it up a little bit here, by the way, just so it didn't take forever. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. But let's talk about why Mega Lucario is banned. Because there were 3 counters for it. I believe it was 1 for his physical side and 2 for his special side. And you had to carry at least one each if you wanted to counter Mega Lucario effectively. And it really only worked for Mega Lucario. And so, what a friend told me, and that I really thought was pretty good, was that if a Pokemon has no effective counters and takes 0 skill, and yet can win 50% of the time, then it's really unfair, and it's not competitive. And Mega Lucario fit that first category. He only had a few counters, and they weren't really as effective against other things. So that's why I think that Mega Lucario should be banned, and also what he said is that it restricts people's play in the meta and it hurts the meta, but I actually think bans, and Smogon bans specifically, help the meta, because what he said in his own video was that if a Pokemon beats your team, then you either run it or you run a counter to it. But you can't have everybody running Klefki counters and Mega Lucario counters, or Klefkis and Mega Lucarios, because that hurts the meta, which is what he was complaining about. So, really, it was... Okay, I lost my train of thought there, I'm sorry. It was... What he said about the fact that banning Pokemon hurts the meta is just simply untrue. Because it actually is more beneficial to the meta, in my opinion, to ban Pokemon that are overpowered and easily sweep teams. Because, like he said, you can either run it or you can run a counter to it. And so, a bunch of Lucarios and Mega Lucarios and Mega Lucario counters is not really a fair thing. And it's not what breeds diversity and creativity in the Pokemon meta. So secondly, he also complained that swag play should not be banned like it is, like it's under risk of. It's not guaranteed to be banned, but it's under suspect test right now, and he said that he was complaining about that they didn't want an argument for increasing the health of the meta, and I disagree, because it's just one of those things. It's same thing again. You don't have to have any skill, and it wins 50% of the time. You just hit the buttons, Thunder Wave, Swagger, and Foul Play, and you win half the time without any skill required, which is what is really not fair to the meta. Because what should breed meta is, it should increase creativity and competitiveness in the meta, is skill and ingenuity in terms of Pokemon sets. And I understand it's just a game, but when you're talking about playing something competitively, you want to remove those things that win without any skill regardless. So that's my thoughts on what Verlisify says, and his thoughts and the backlash from the Smogon community. So that's really all I had to say about that, and I really wanted to get that out because it's been bugging me a lot. So in conclusion, Verlisify did not have the right to call out somebody, tell people to stop taking a hold of them, or telling them to stop making their rules, because he doesn't have to play by them, and Smogon should not have been so horribly rude to him. That's really what I had to say. So, if you want to go look at what Verlisify has said, just remember, he is a human being, so you should treat him as such. So yeah. That was what I was wanting to talk about for Verlisify. But now I want to sort of sum up what's happened in the battle that I've missed so far. So his team sort of dominated our team from at the very beginning. And then Carbink just sort of sat there and walled his whole team. Both Pokemon bearing down at him at the same time. And Klefki sort of dominated really well, actually. And then Klefki got up his special attack and started sweeping. So that's really all that happened in this match. And then Klefki is now basically just cleaning up, because he's been going for the Calm Minds, and he's gotten, I think he's almost at max special attack and max special defense. And then Klefki now takes out Charizard, and that's really going to be the end of the battle right here. Let's see, and then he's going to go back out into his Mega Mewtwo, which is pretty much dead. And I'm going to be able to kill that with a Moonblast now. He's going to go for the Aura Sphere to try to finish me off, but because of all the special defense increases, it's not going to do hardly anything. And that is Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo going down. This was a kind of gimmicky set, and I actually ended up changing it, because it only works sometimes, and so I made it a little bit more reliable. But yeah, that was what I thought about Verlisify, and this is the battle. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to join the Speed Team by subscribing, and like and comment the video, and I'll see you guys next time.